I'm in my gallery walk, rummaging through some research that I have done over the years on various projects, and was reminded of a very interesting phenomenon. There is a conflict, a three-way conflict, that was mitigated by another factor. Conflict 1, alcohol. Conflict 2, high moral standards. And conflict 3, women. It was mitigated by a political boundary. I'm standing on the Utah-Arizona border. 100 years ago, there was a saloon here, unusual for Utah. But it was built on big logs, and it was called the Rollaway Saloon. So when people were imbibing, if they saw authorities coming from Utah, they got outside, they pushed the building on the logs over onto the Arizona side so that they couldn't be bothered by the Utah authorities. Or if they saw authorities coming from the Arizona side, they rolled the saloon back into Utah so they wouldn't get in trouble. So the details of the Rollaway Saloon were shared by an old cowboy, Roland W. Ryder, who in 1909 was in his prime. He shared this story throughout his life. The essence of it is that cowboys loved to drink, and they would drink anything they could get hold of. The Rollaway Saloon was built to accommodate the thirsty desires of all the cowboys that lived in that area in northern Arizona and southern Utah. They would drink themselves sometimes to oblivion and would come home, couldn't even get off their horses without falling to the ground. Well, the women were so disgusted with this that a large group of them in Kanab one day went down to burn the Rollaway Saloon. Well, when the proprietor saw them coming, they rolled the saloon over onto the Arizona side. And he said, "You can't touch us. We're in Arizona." Several weeks later, the women with their high moral standards in Fredonia, south of there, came up to dismantle the Rollaway Saloon. Well, the proprietor saw them coming and had it rolled back. This went on for many years until finally the saloon went out of business. How ironic that 100 years later, after the Rollaway Saloon had been long torn down, we have a sign that says, "Utah, life elevated." They were elevated with the spirits long time ago.